I have two great passions in my life, politics and sport. I have a lot of experience in the former, a lot of knowledge about the latter, and a fascination bordering on obsession with the one thing that most obviously unites those passions, the importance of winning. Winners explores that fascination. Given some of the remarkable people who flit in and out of the following pages, offering their wisdom and insight, and also their lessons on defeat, an important ingredient in most recipes for winning, I hope those who share my interest in politics and sport will enjoy reading it. But more than that, especially considering the business figures who have joined in the debate, I hope it will prove useful for entrepreneurs, community leaders, campaigners, people running public services, performers, students, anyone trying to take on a challenge from losing weight to changing the world and win. Writing the book has been something of a journey. One of the first impulses to embark on it came as a result of work I've done with businesses since leaving frontline politics, and the discovery that many of them are poor at strategy, campaigns, communications and crisis management, the things I know best. So when I began mapping out the book, I had in mind a guide to these areas, as well as teamship, leadership, resilience, decision-making, all the other things that go to make political winners, as seen through the prism of personal political experience and thousands of hours watching and playing sport and talking to some of the greatest sports winners of our time. But as the book developed, it dawned on me that there was an arrogance in the view that simply because I had helped put together winning machines and strategies in politics and knew lots of winners in sport, I could write a guide for CEOs or head teachers or charity general secretaries, let alone elite sports teams, in the art of winning. The reason is that the more I delved into it, the more I learnt that there is an awful lot that the best of business does better than the best of politics, and there is lots done by the best of elite sport that is better than both. So instead of this being my guide to winning, it is more an analysis of winners, who they are, how they do it, and how we can all apply some of their lessons to our own lives. Despite this turnaround, I am still arrogant enough to believe that what I have to say about how to win elections will be of use to people in politics and elsewhere. But in talking to people outside politics and in studying the great entrepreneurs of our time, I wish I had known some of what I know now when I was working for the Labour Party and the government. One of the lessons that comes through from great sportsmen and women and great businessmen and women is that you can always do better. That certainly goes for New Labour, good though I believe we were. But more generally, I'm concerned that politics in the advanced democracies is trapped inside its own comfort zone, aware of public disengagement and disillusion, but seemingly unable to rebuild a strong democratic relationship, which in turn is helping the less democratic countries of the world to win further political and economic strength. I was quite shocked when researching this book to discover how many people in the West saw Russian President Vladimir Putin as the most effective modern leader. I may not like him, but, the refrain begins, followed by criticism of leaders we might expect Western business people or politicians to admire. Add in the fact that terrorism and extremism are winning more battles than they should, and world politics becomes a worrying place. Most people in business and sport accept that politics, especially government, is harder because it is so vast and the challenges so complex. But as I went, chapter by chapter, through all the elements I consider essential to winning, I learnt that, almost without exception, those in elite sport and business are better at them than those in politics. In fact, the only areas where I feel others might have something to learn from politics are communications and crisis management, perhaps because these are such an integral part of political life. Elite sport gets better, and its presentation to the public better still. Even with the financial crash, business continues to break new frontiers in the technological age. Democratic politics stays largely the same, and the world may be the loser as a result.